You are not broken, you are fragmented. What if the parts of you that feel missing aren't gone? They are just waiting at a table you haven't set yet. In this episode, you will discover why being fragmented instead of broken actually means, and why the part of you left behind still matter. How what looks like a midlife crisis is actually an awakening, and what's really driving it. Why it's your nervous system, not your mindset, keeping the same patterns of self-betrayal alive. Yes, you are not broken. You are fragmented. In how many parts have you fragmented yourself in order to show the good girl and the nice girl? We live in a world of duality, and our humanness is dual. We have light and shadow sides. Unfortunately, we were taught to hide our darker side. Usually in subtle ways, you learn that you have to feel shame, guilt, and embarrassment about some parts of you, because then you will be perceived as too much or too sexy or too prude. In a few words, to reject those parts so you will be accepted by your parents, family, schoolmates, society, culture, religion, etc. Being the good girl, the nice girl, it takes too much effort. Have you watched the movie Barbie? Well, I want to read for you the monologue the America Ferreras did. And it goes like this. It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you are good enough. Like we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can ask for money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but you don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane, but if you point that out, you are accused of complaining. You are supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much, but not so pretty that you tempt them so much or that you threaten other women because you are supposed to be a part of the sisterhood. But always stand out and always be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tied herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll, just representing women, then I don't even know. America Ferrera, Barbie. That monologue, every time I hear it, it gives me chills. It gives me a knot on my stomach. It makes me so angry and so frustrating, to tell you the truth. Because there's so much pressure on women. So the fact that you might feel that midlife, it's a crisis, well, we are so fucking fed up with all this bullshit, aren't you? So we're actually awakening the beautiful animal that is within us, that is within you, is finally showing up. And the thing is, with perimenopause and menopause, even more, of course. Did you know that the declining estrogen in perimenopause is linked to less tolerance for social appeasement and people pleasing? So no wonder we don't care anymore. We tend to not give more fucks about many things we will guard as gold before. That's the reason why so many masks and layers and labels, hats start or continue to fall over and over. And there's so much liberation from that. And you might be wondering, yeah, I'm going through that process now. Even when you feel a bit freer and at peace, there's still weight, chaos, and like something is missing. What happened is, those parts that you rejected throughout the time and decades were left behind in different places with different people and situations. And it's time to call them back to the same table. As a high-achieving woman, you might want to call back the people pleaser that you might be very upset with. Then the one who never said no to feel accepted, the overfunctioner who does it all so no one else has to, the one who will take the task to be recognized, or the one who will take care of others to feel loved, or the fixer who can't sit with someone else's discomfort without solving it, the one who didn't honor her truth to fit in. And the list continues. These parts of you that even when you know are there and hopefully on the path of improving their behaviors for good, they in a way are not accepted because you know what's really costing you. You know what's costing you. The problem is that self-betrayal that continues to happen, even when your mind knows what it should do, it is actually your nervous system that's still saying it's not safe to do that. It's not safe to say yes. It's not safe to please myself first. It's not safe to not fix everything. And until your body doesn't embody this and understands to a cellular level that all parts and fragments are welcome and safe within you, you will continue to repeat the same patterns over and over again. On the next Butterfly Practice Friday, I'll share a practice that could be your first attempt to feel whole again. So please stay tuned next Friday. And remember that you are whole. It's about feeling that wholeness again. So the brokenness and the fragmentation that you've been experiencing can start to fade away. Summary recap. In this episode, you learned what being fragmented instead of broken actually means, and why the parts of you left behind still matter. How what looks like a midlife crisis is actually an awakening, and what's really driving it. Why it's your nervous system, not your mindset, keeping the same patterns of self-betrayal alive. If you are ready to stop leaving pieces of yourself behind to be accepted, I created Coming Home for the woman who has done everything right and still feels something is missing. If that's you, this is free, it's private, and it might be the most important thing you listen to this year. The link is in the show notes. And the coming home question for today is, which part of yourself are you ready to call back to the table? And that will become actually your weekly Please Yourself challenge. I want you to put attention to that part of yourself that you have been ignoring. So write it down, bring it back to the table, because on the next Butterfly Friday practice, you're gonna bring it in, and we're gonna work with her, and we're gonna bring it together to your own wholeness. Thank you so much for listening, and as usual, sending you so much love, and take care.